Alright guys, we are back on the truck we officially calling the Turd, as it came over here looking rough. This is the one we were test running, that we had a hydrolock situation and had to pull the valve covers and all that you saw in another earlier video. We're going to get this this old gal on a little bit of a weight loss program. We're getting ready to lose the radiators set up. We're getting ready to lose the front end components like the alternator and the compressor and power steering. We're going to lose the turbo and get her ready for the engine to come out, because she's going in a donor truck. So that's our project for this morning, and we're going to get on it. Let's see what we're going to need here. We need our big ratchet so we can pull our belt off. Let's see if we can get this belt off here. Let's fish her out of here. There we go. Alright, we'll go ahead and drain the fuel bowl just to prevent making a mess later. Need to undo some hose clamps. So what we're going to do, I don't know, it's been a few videos ago, but I don't know if we have it anymore. We robbed the transmission off of the tool truck, which is a 350 single wheel with the camper top, and it has a 7.3 in it with a bad ring. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to do is use this 7.3 in that truck. So that will be the we're going to try and use this as a donor engine for that truck and transmission, because like I said, the 7.3 has a broken ring, and the transmission, which was a fresh rebuild, is in my 450 with the smokestacks. So we're going to see how that works out. This one we ran the other day. I got a good bit of it on footage, but she looks like she's running pretty good. She's responsive. She's got a little shake, and she's smoking her hair. I think she's got some injector issues, so we're going to try and deal with that when the motor's out. But we got to get the top end off of this thing. On the 7.3s, any of you guys that hadn't pulled a motor yet and don't know, on the 7.3s, the oil pan drops right behind the cross member, so you got to get you got to kind of have a forward lean in order to get the transmit engine out. You can't pull the engine and trans out on these in one piece. So we're gonna Friday or the weekend, we're gonna pull the trans out and pull this motor out. But we're going to do that on a buddy of mine's lift, and I want to try and get as much out of the way as I can before we get over there. So that's what we're going to do with our skinnying up project today. that is going to have to be from the bottom. This is channel locks. I know some of you guys, or not some, all of y'all are going to be able to see some of the stuff we're doing, but we're just disconnecting some hoses. If you got any specific questions on how something was done, hit me up on it, and I'll either put up another video on the specific question you got, or I'll hit you back, and we'll talk it over if you're having any trouble. But right now, just working on popping these heater hoses loose. They're gonna stay hooked to the firewall. And basically what we're going to do is just fillet the front of this off, get everything out of here, so that when we go to put it on the rack, we're just dealing with pulling the transmission and the motor. That's all we want to do. The rest of it we can do over here. Damn, that heater hose is on there good and tight. Alright, so we got the radiator hoses loose and the heater hoses loose, and we'll come on out with the radiator and give us some working room. Alright, everything is clear. Alright, these are obviously not Ford factory radiator supports. We just threw this garbage in here to hold her in for a little temporary run and evaluate this motor. Luckily, all we needed was an ICP sensor to get the old girl to run. Alright, we'll find out later what else she needs from us. Alright, let's get this rascal out of here. Just watch that you don't damage your fan. Oh, come on, baby. All right. All right, time to get the fan off. Take that out for a little while. Let's see how this goes. So we got the fan the holdback tool right here that goes on the fan bolts, or the fan pulley bolts. Alrighty, so we got that lined up the right direction. So this is the fan clutch tool. It's made to fit the nut on there, and the hook in the top is made for this air hammer to fit in. It makes it a hell of a lot easier to get this rascal off. Almost need 3 hands to do this, but anyhow, get this air hammer in and hold back tool. And let's check and see if she broke loose. Nope, got to hit her again. Hold back tool let go on me. Either that or the little bit came off. Let's get her set up again here. All right. Now we look at him. Get my wrench out. Get my diesel out of here before we make a mess. So we're just pulling this fan to get these brackets for the alternator and the tensioner and everything out the way. Again, we're trying to get everything naked on this to bring it to the shop to get it pulled. Got to put her on the lift. Another thing too, when you're taking these fans off, these clutches are fluid filled. So try and keep them standing up this way and don't lay them on the side when you're not using them. Alright, that's the fan. We'll get on to some of these other ones. Alright, we already broke these loose with the ratchets. So we're going to get these off. Alright, I need a 10. Where's my 10? Let's put a little love juice on there. And jar it up a little bit. Well, these are some long bolts right here, so it's best they get crudded up, so make sure you wire wheel them and never seize them before you put them back on. But that one right there is going to soak a little bit before we get him out. And we're going to need this on the other truck. So we're going to take him off because this bracket and the power steering pump is going to stay on this truck. At least I think. Yeah. Yep, we're gonna put that back on the other truck. Let's see, where's our... Alright. See if these won't break. Alright, baby, get on in. Alright. Now let's see what we got. Something's in a bad mood today. What we're going to do is just take this alternate, or this combination alternator power steering pump bracket, and just swing it off to the side and bungee it up here. Because again, we're going to end up robbing some more stuff off, but we want to make sure and have what we need out of the way so that we can just get this motor out. Let's get you off of there, baby. This ain't looking good. Ain't looking good at all. Let's see. Now we're making headway. Push pin tool. They always end up broken or wore out. Those damn Christmas trees. Okay. Put this. Yes, go there. Have to bungee that out the way later. Let's get back to this, see if this rascal will move a little more. Damn. Alright, I got a new tool I'm gonna try for that. This is a little tool that I just got. Haven't tried it out yet, but it goes in your little air hammers. Takes a 1/2-inch socket, and it just vibrates it like the hand impact hammer, and you drive it with a wrench, which is 3/4. So let's give her a shot and see See if this helps us out here. We're gonna put a little bind on it with the wrench. Well, that just looks like it's tickling it. I think we'll try the big dog. Shake it too much. I'm just trying to break all that crud loose. All right, let's see. Now let's see if old girl wants to come out easy. Alright, we're gonna let a little of this still soak in. Let's start pulling some of this stuff off. And just another thought I had on the labeling. As you can see, I've got this stuff labeled. You don't even need to know what the damn thing is called. If you just put Gizmo on the front of the Spider, as long as you know what it is, you're good to go. So anyhow, just whatever it takes to allow you to know where stuff needs to go get put back. So most of this we're going to try and just lay up on here and put our bolts back where they go. Now on this intake air heater right here, the nut is made onto the wire and there's an insulator between that and the ground. So everything, the ground and the hot, all screw on to the same post. So it kind of gets confusing, but what I'm going to do is pull, and as you can see here, the insulator is separate from the ground. But I'm going to zip tie it on there the way it goes. So when we go to put it back together, we know where it is. That is, if I can find my zip ties. There they are. So the ground's going to go on first. then the insulator, and then the hot. So actually what we're going to do, I'm going to run this zip tie through the ground, the insulator, and the hot. Even though the nut's still on the hot, we can't put it back, but that'll keep everything aligned in the order that it came off. So we're good there. All right, let's see what we got here. Come off of there. That's our manifold gauge pressure tube. All right, so that takes everything off of the spiders, and you do have to undo this red sensor back here. All right. Okay, so we're going to loosen this. And another thing I've mentioned before, but pay attention with these turbo boot clamps as you're putting them on, because you need to remember how they went on, because you'll put them on in a fashion with something missing, and next thing you know, you're trying to get them all back together and you can't get the damn things on or off because they're pointing in the wrong direction. So keep an eye on that and point them in the right direction. Let's see. That's going to take a little pry bar. Yeah, pry bar on these V-clamps that are here and on the back. This one's fairly clean, but a lot of times you just need some a little love oil, a little penetrating oil on them, and take your time with a flathead or a little pry bar and go around them. Get them good and loose and walk around them. Then go get a pry bar. Alright, let's see if we can pop this off. There's multiple gaps around here. So if you can get a pry bar in a gap, it's usually not too bad on this one anyway. The one on the exhaust downpipe might, and the one on the up pipes tend to get a little bit more moody on getting them off. All right. And there's our spider. I'm going to go ahead and take these boots off. That way I can clean them up and inspect them. Alright, let's see what we can get to next. Alright, we got our switch down here. This is what I need to label. Alright, so we're at the turbo now. We've got all of the stuff unplugged, including right there, a little turbo pedestal plug we labeled. We've got this V-band clamp, which is going to the exhaust down tube. Underneath here is your exhaust back pressure valve. So what we need to do, there's a little clip on, there's a rod that actuates it on the bottom, and there's a little clip. I'll see if I can show you more about that later. And then behind this side of the hot side of the turbo, you can see one little black bolt right there, and that is the same V-band style clamp as that for the up pipes in the back. Once you get those loose, it should be this bolt right here and one on the back side, the same, right over the hump, and that's going to allow you to lift the turbo out and get it all the way out. All right, let's see if we can get this clamp off here. When you get them, you don't need to pull them all the way off. I might have gone a little too much on that one, but You want to leave enough slack to where you can pop these V's off. And there's, you know, 4 of them, different sections. So usually when you get a section off, you're all right. So we're gonna put this, or see if we can put this rascal on the turbo side of the pipe. And we may have to, we'll take this, we have to take this nut all the way off. Let me see. Alright, well, we're going to go after the back one. We'll leave that one there. It's the same style clamp on the back, but it is, that's the hot side of the turbo, so let's see if we can. Uh-oh, we might have got lucky on that one. Let's back him off a little more. It looks like it's loose. Yeah. Yep. I was hoping not to have to take it all the way off, but it looks like that's what it wants. So we're gonna... Alright, you get on there. Alright. And I guess we'll do the same thing on this one. Pull that all the way off. So we'll leave that loose. And the back one's loose, so I think we're dealing with 14s on these turbo hold down bolts. Let me get a socket and see. Alright, 13 millimeter it is. Oh, it's looking dry. I have to get it with a little love. And I don't know how we're gonna get any love on the back. May just have to, I don't know. Alright, well, we'll deal with that in a minute. Whew. Let's see what kind of mood this back bad boy is. What configuration of tools we're gonna get on this doggone thing. Alright, we got an impact with a 3/8 to half adapter. Oh Lord, thank you. Alright, let's see. Tell you what, I think we're gonna cheat and get the air ratchet. All right, let's see if the turbo can come on. I had to get the little, got the bolts out, got the little clip off of the rod here, so we got to drop that down so that that'll come off the butterfly rod. All right, you. All right, that's off. All right, I don't remember if we probably have to pull that. Let me get it out the way for this bracket right here for the big master plug. All right, you. Get this off without causing a damn avalanche, we'll be all right. All right, we got the master plug a little lower, kind of out of our way. So, if I'm not missing anything, it should be just about there. Go, baby. Ow. And the turbo's out. So we'll give me a minute to get my hands clean and we'll talk about it some more. All right, I don't know if you can see it out there. Sorry for the crappy camera angles, but it's kind of hard to find a good spot. But we got the turbo pedestal and the left and right air inlets zip locked with plastic so we don't get any trash in the motor. And now it's time to pull some wires, some more wires off the front and fuel lines. All right, so we are repositioned in the front of the motor. So on the driver's side and passenger side of the harmonic balancer, you've got ground cables that pop off the front of the block. And this bracket, let me see if I can get you over here. This is your hot wire bracket. That wire goes back to the starter. And it also holds these transmission cooler lines. So all of that's loose, and we're getting ready to go after these two fuel quick disconnects. All right, so here we are getting these two fuel disconnects. I took the blower, blew in where the teeth are, and so this little clip just pops down and then it jiggles forward and comes out. So we'll get both of them out of there. At least that's the plan. Alright. So if I remember right, you're going to need a blue and yellow fuel line quick disconnect tool. Now the secret to these is to, when you go to insert the tool, is to pull the hose forward. We talked about this on the fuel tank mod video. So we're going to take this and split it and get it on the line. Get this loom back out of the way. So you got to get this in there. You got to twist to get it seated in there. And then it may it doesn't want to come out, so we're going to work it around. I just heard it click, so let's see if that got it. Nope. And these things are so nasty. They had robbed the ICP sensor and leaked oil all down the side of the motor. I don't know if I'm blocking you guys out. There's not a lot of room for the camera down here. Let me get some pliers. Well, we got tired of getting greased up, so we pressure washed all this gunk in here. Still need to hit it a little bit. These two are stubborn and not coming off. Luckily on the 7.3, right over the cross member, you have these two, and they didn't catch as much gunk and weren't clogged up like the other ones. So we got them pulled off, and we'll get those off of the motor when we got the motor out, and we'll jump off that bridge a little later. So right now we got this one ready to go. We're going to put our hitch on the front that we hook onto the D-rings, and we should be ready to tow to the lift and pull the motor and transmission, and we'll let you check that out on the next one. All right guys, here is the, excuse my tow bar hitch. That's how I move these things around when they're not in a good mood. This is our Turd motor, cleaned up and freshened up a little bit. She's not quite all done together, but we got her almost ready to be test run, but she was already running the Turd the other day. We did replace the missing push rod and got that situated, resealed the oil pan, resealed the oil cooler. I'm having trouble this morning. Resealed the oil cooler, resealed the dipstick tube, and new filters, new oil, all that kind of stuff. So she's ready to test run, and we've put her in a 4-door F350. So you'll see that in that probably we're gonna well, one of the next videos coming up, we're gonna get this fired up. I would fire it up for you guys today, but as you can see, this one still needs a little effort. There's the computer, there's the gem and the fuse box. The starter might come in handy. A few things in the dash missing. 1.5 miles of wire for the radio. So we got to get this dash back together, and then we'll be able to fire this old girl up and see how she works. But stay tuned for that, and that concludes the tear down and pull of the Turd motor. I could not film pulling the motor and transmission and sticking them in this truck because it's at a buddy of mine's shop, and they didn't want cameras around. So I'm sure there's plenty of videos on pulling a motor. Once you get it to this stage, it's really not that bad. We had it on the lift. The motor was done just with an engine hoist, and the transmission was done on the lift, so it's not really that bad of a deal once you get going with it. So stay tuned, and we'll have this one running in another video shortly, and that's it for now.